Mark, what conversations are you having with community members after these announcements and these sweeping changes are coming into effect?
Yeah, look, obviously our firearms community is quite devastated. We have a strong contingent of manufacturers who not only manufacture for the civilian market but also manufacture for our defence, and they're concerned. They've invested millions in their businesses, and they're set to lose all that money, sack workers over Christmas or just after Christmas. It's devastating. If you look at regional communities, farmers, they're besides themselves in terms of how they're going to manage the overwhelming pest problem we're facing across this state. And the Minns government has essentially just thrown another hurdle in farmers' faces in terms of being able to handle that pest management problem by taking away, not only taking away their firearms, but also taking away recreational hunters' firearms who provide key assistance in managing pests on farmers' properties.
And as you've said, Mark, I mean, most people would understand here that there's been some kind of clear failing that will come to light here about why someone with these extremist ideologies had 6 long-arm firearms, and there's also obviously clear failings with the licensing checks and all of that, which will come to light, of course. But many argue that it's not how the killing happened, but why. What stood out to me in today's press conference from the Prime Minister is there was talk about gun reform, there was talk about condolences for the victims' loved ones, all of that. But there was no mention today about any extremist ideology.
Yeah, look, that's extremely disappointing. And that's been the most disappointing thing for me personally and for my constituents over these last 7 days. And the thing I keep saying to people is if you have hate in your heart, it doesn't matter what tool or what implement the government tries to take away from you, you will find a way to express that hatred. And I guess the question needs to be put to the Premier and to the Prime Minister is what are you going to say to the community next when they come with a truck or when they come with a pressure cooker full of nails or pipe bombs? Because if you don't deal with the hate, you don't deal with the extremist elements that are within our society now, that is what you'll be facing. That is what the community will be facing. It's what they're facing right now because the laws that were passed last night or early this morning do nothing to address the extremist hate that caused this terrible terrorist attack at Bondi last weekend.
Okay, Mark, we'll leave it there for today. Thank you for joining us. I wish I was speaking with you under better circumstances, but really appreciate your time today. Of course, it's Christmas. It's been a pretty heavy time, but wishing you and your family all the very best.
Thank you, Holly. Merry Christmas to all your listeners.